Chapter 1. You thought you were buying magic. You were buying status. They say the magic starts the moment you walk through the gates. But these days, that moment comes with a barcode and a timer. What used to be a shared escape into fantasy is now a tiered, time-sensitive game of logistics. You didn't just buy a ticket, you bought a spot in line. Or not. Because now, Disney magic comes in levels. Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, paid upgrades to skip the waits that were once just part of the experience. Want to ride the newest attraction without standing in the sun for 3 hours? That'll cost you, not once, but every single day you visit. In a world built to feel magical, the new invisible line isn't made of velvet rope. It's made of privilege. The average family scrapes together a once-in-a-lifetime trip, only to find themselves stuck in standby lines while guests who paid more whisk past them. The promise of joy becomes a reminder of where you fall in the hierarchy. Disney didn't just redesign the park, they redesigned the psychology. The rides are still the same, but your place in line, that now comes with a price tag. And the most expensive part is pretending the magic still feels free. Chapter 2. The hidden economy of the Magic Kingdom. At the surface, Disney sells fantasy, but underneath, it runs on financial precision. In 2023, Disney parks brought in over $32 billion in revenue, a record. And they didn't do it by making dreams come true. They did it by turning every moment into a monetizable experience. This isn't a theme park, it's a behavioral funnel. From the moment you open the app, you're nudged. Upgraded meals, Lightning Lane bundles, exclusive access to limited events. The interface looks like magic, but it's engineered like a casino, designed to make you forget how much you're spending until it's too late. Even time is for sale. Want to ride more? Skip lines, eat faster, pre-order, maximize your magic? Better plan every hour. Families don't just show up anymore, they optimize using spreadsheets, blogs, and YouTube guides just to survive the park's internal economy. One wrong tap, and you're shut out of the ride your kid's been dreaming about for months, and it's no longer about what you do. It's about what you unlock with cash. And the message is clear. If you're not paying more, you're not doing it right. This is Disney's real innovation, turning joy into a system and childhood wonder into a revenue stream. Chapter 3, Disney Plus didn't democratize magic, it monetized nostalgia. When Disney Plus launched, it felt like a gift. All the classics, all in one place. The Little Mermaid, Lion King, Toy Story, the stories that raised us, now just a click away. But this wasn't about access, it was about ownership. Theirs, not yours. What we thought was a library was actually a vault with a monthly fee. Titles appear, disappear, rotate. Just like the old VHS days, when Disney would retire films to manufacture scarcity. Only now the scarcity is digital, invisible, and endless. You don't own the magic, you rent it. And the subscription? That's just the beginning. Inside the app, content is curated to keep you inside the ecosystem. Recommendations are engineered, autoplay is constant, and nostalgia is weaponized. Not to bring you joy, but to keep you emotionally tethered to a brand you trusted as a child. You're not choosing what to watch, you're being guided, softly, subtly, toward what Disney wants you to value. And while the price may seem small, the cost is cumulative. Year after year, generation after generation. This isn't a streaming service, it's a delivery system for emotional dependency. Because when your childhood lives behind a paywall, you'll never stop paying to feel like a kid again. Chapter 4, Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, and the class divide in Fantasyland. Disney likes to say every guest is treated like royalty. But in the real Magic Kingdom, there are kings, and there are commoners. Genie Plus and Lightning Lane were introduced as tools to customize your experience. But what they really do is divide families into two groups, those who can afford to skip the lines and those who can't. It's a pay-to-play system wrapped in pixie dust. Want to ride the newest attraction without waiting 3 hours? That's an extra $20 to $30 per person, per ride. And if you don't buy it early enough in the day, it's gone. Limited capacity, high demand, manufactured urgency. The effect isn't accidental, it's psychological. Parents feel pressure, kids feel left out, and Disney quietly profits from a manufactured scarcity they designed. The standby line, that's the punishment for not paying more. The lightning lane, that's the reward for gaming the system or outspending it. The fantasy now has a price tag, and it adjusts in real time based on crowds, weather, and willingness to pay. Dynamic pricing disguised as choice. This isn't the happiest place on earth. It's a microcosm of inequality. A world where your spot in line is determined not by when you arrived, but by how much you're willing to pay to skip it. Chapter 5, The Guilt Machine. How Parents Are Emotionally Engineered to Spend. You didn't come here to save money. You came to make memories. At least that's what Disney is counting on, because inside the park, the real currency isn't dollars, it's guilt. The unspoken pressure every parent feels to make the trip perfect, to say yes instead of no, to give their kids the magic they saw in the commercials. And Disney knows exactly when to strike. At the end of a long day, when your child's feet hurt and their favorite character is finally in sight, do you want to do the photo package? When you're walking past the custom lightsaber shop and your kid's eyes light up, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. When the ride your child's been waiting for is sold out, unless you buy Lightning Lane, what's another $50? These aren't upsells, they're engineered emotional choke points. Disney designs its parks like behavioral traps, each moment calibrated to make you question your own love if you don't say yes. Because what kind of parent ruins the magic? And so you tap, you swipe, you say yes. Not because you can afford it, but because the alternative feels like failure. That's not enchantment. That's emotional exploitation, and it's built into every single line of sight. Chapter 6, Artificial Scarcity and the Vault That Traps Us All. In the 1990s, Disney taught the world a powerful trick. Take something beloved, lock it away, then re-release it for a limited time only. They called it the vault, and it made parents rush to buy VHS tapes before they disappeared for years. It wasn't about quality, it was about urgency. That trick never went away, it just evolved. Today, Disney controls scarcity across everything they sell. Movies, merchandise, even meals. Exclusive popcorn buckets spark eBay bidding wars. Limited time Spirit jerseys vanish in hours. And the Disney dining plan returns not because it's better, but because scarcity fuels demand. It's not just supply and demand, it's artificial anxiety. And nowhere is it more effective than with nostalgia. Because when something feels rare, we fear missing it. And when it's connected to childhood, we'll pay almost anything to preserve the feeling or to pass it down. Scarcity becomes a business model. Disney doesn't need you to love the product, they just need you to believe it might go away. And in a world of endless content and disposable joy, the things we can't have suddenly feel priceless. It's not magic, it's manufactured tension, and it keeps you emotionally hooked, transaction after transaction. Chapter 7, The Price of Wonder. At the end of the night, as the fireworks burst over Cinderella's castle and the music swells with nostalgia, something strange happens. You feel grateful, not just for the show, but for surviving it. You waited, you paid, you navigated apps and crowd calendars and heat exhaustion, all in the name of giving your family one perfect day, a memory. But the question lingers, why does it feel like you had to fight for it? The truth is, Disney didn't just raise prices, they raised the emotional cost. They've transformed childhood wonder into a marketplace, monetized nostalgia, engineered scarcity, and manipulated our deepest instincts, love, guilt, tradition, into a frictionless payment funnel. And here's the most dangerous part, you'll still come back. Not because you're weak, but because Disney isn't just selling entertainment. They're selling emotional continuity, a thread back to who you were, a chance to feel it again just for a moment, or to give your child that same thread. That's the hidden economy. It's not about tickets or meals or merchandise. It's about memory, packaged, priced, and resold for life. Because when a company controls the emotions tied to your childhood, you don't just pay for the magic, you pay to believe it was ever real.